Hello, I'm Kami G and welcome back to our AFK Endurance videos for Plankerton. We are working on Amplifier B here, which is east of the home base, and we are working on the south spawn. So my head got jumbled back and forward with this, couldn't decide if this actually had a spawn or not. But yeah, it does have a joint spawn with Amplifier A, so obviously when we built for Amplifier A, we already had all of this stuff placed down, which honestly does most of the job for you. But yeah, what we're going to do for this build is we've got all this stuff blocked off from the rest of our Amplify B build. And what is beautiful about this is the enemies over there, we will need to adjust this slightly and we can add some more traps, but the enemies will just come and go through the regular trap tunnel that we've got set up for the east direction. So the enemies will not try go up this ramp at all. That's because we've got so much blocking it off. Now, if you want, you can add more spikes, whatever, to it, you know, if should you please, but you definitely don't need it. We already have some spikes there anyway. But yeah, the enemies will just come up here and they'll get knocked by this, knocked back by this down there. And then even if they did get through, you know, we've got so much here to deal with them. But yeah, as I say, there's a few things you can do. So if I get rid of this. I mean, you can keep it if you want, but just in case enemies do spawn around this area, they'd probably break this to get up anyway. So I'm just going to open that. Then we can get rid of this block off. What you might want to do is for this block off here, you might just want to add a little bit extra at the top, just like this, just to ensure that they don't try come up here, because they'd have a nice flinger shot to the amplifier up here. So flingers and lobbers might want to come up here. So what you can do is just, as we've done before in the past, just get these aimed towards that corner and then add your walls in a grid method like in the past. As I said, this is kind of optional. You shouldn't really need it, but we're just going to add it anyway. Now, as I say, the enemies are going to come over this way. So what we can do is just extend this ceiling. I'd avoid placing it here, as this corner will connect here and enemies might see that. They will actually be able to walk across this. It's a bit easier for them when it's lower down, but they can glitch onto it. So I would avoid doing that, and you can bring it across here like that. And then, again, same with that corner. I'd avoid, bring it to here. And then once we've got to this point, we are now joining onto the trap tunnels for here. I'm just going to make a connection here. Not really necessary. I'm just doing it because I don't want this stuff all to break down, but as I say, it's connected in multiple places, so you shouldn't need it. Now, what you can do for this area is you can place some ceiling electric fields here to zap down, although I think it is too high up, so we can do tire drop traps instead, or we can continue the ceiling across at this level. I'm going to continue at this level and then just get rid of these two, which didn't have traps on anyway, so don't worry about that. So we can just go underneath here and place ceiling electric fields on these ones. These will zap to any enemies that do try break through here. But like I said, I did test this and the enemies just went straight up the regular tunnel, which is just perfect, really, isn't it? So, you know, I can't complain. So now for the ceiling, we're going to place tire drop traps. So place these all while facing the amplifier, which will knock them back towards spawn. So if we do this, that, and then obviously we already had them over here. Now, it is annoying that we can't place ceilings here because the enemies can hop into them. What you can do is place them, even if you place them at that height. I mean, if you really want ceilings here, you can place them one higher, because obviously tire drop traps do go 3 blocks. So what you can do, I say blocks as if it's Minecraft, I've done that in the past. Don't hate me. You can do it up here, and obviously then enemies cannot walk on top of these. It's overkill anyway. I mean, we're in Plankerton. You really don't need these, but just in case you do want to place them, I'll place them to show you. But yeah, you just want to face the amplifier B over there, as you're placing them, and this will cover the entire area now. Now, the spawn is way back here by the actual amplifier that you could place here. So you can add trap tunnels here if you wish. You shouldn't really need it just because this does most of the heavy lifting. What you can do down here, if you want, is do this. And then this. This is pretty optional because most enemies won't come down here. They will come up this top route. So you don't need it, but I like building trap tunnels, I'll be honest. So yeah, I realize I'm placing the traps as I go through here, which is a bit unorthodox. So I guess, yeah, I guess this video is a bit different. I'll continue doing the build and then I'll place the rest of the traps down to avoid this being very weird. But yeah, as these enemies come up this ramp, we can then do this sort of thing, and this will join on to the enemies that come from here. Then we can do this, force the enemies to come through this area. We can block this off to stop them from being able to get, even get into this area, which is nice. You can add a launcher on this to launch them over here, but obviously I'll do that when I get to the traps. And then we're just going to bring them over here. Now, you don't really need floor traps here, but what I'm going to do is do that, and then we can put a launcher there. You can even do one there. It's not really that necessary, though. I will just leave it open. And then you can place traps in all this area, but I don't think I even saw any enemies make it here, because our traps and our build is just so powerful. One thing I think I might change here, though, just while we're here, is place this as a sound trap, just to make sure the exploders are fully dealt with. But yeah, going back to the actual direction we're building for here for the south, this should be plenty. We've got the ceilings all placed. As I say, you can add extra stuff around here if you want, but I really don't think it's necessary. The only thing you might want to do is we can place a wall here to put a sound trap on. You could do the same thing down here, because I was going to do a wall launcher here, so we'll do a sound trap there. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to do. So ordinarily at this point I would level all this stuff up and show you the traps. So I will see you once I have done that. The anti-air trap 1 range on there for durability. Ceiling drop trap, so we're going for a crit build on this one as well. Ceiling electric field, we're going for a crit build once again, you know it. Floor freeze trap, so for this one we've got 2 impact and knockback. Floor launcher, so for whacking all the impact and knockback on there. Tar pit trap, so for this one I like to go for full durability. Wall darts, another crit build, another all-rounder build. The wall dynamo trap, so for this one I've gone for energy. Wall launcher, so for this one we've got 3 impact and knockback. Wall lights, so another 3 impact, 2 reload speed. Wall spikes here, we've gone for crit build, so 2 crit rating, 2 crit damage. Wooden floor spikes, so crit build on this one, that's pretty much... Alright, once you've got that stuff leveled up, I did just remove the 2 floors here because, they're not really going to do anything, and added a small thin wall here just to extend their path. We can start here as well, so we're going to put a full impact one here, because not many enemies are going to make it this far. It's mainly going to be for like mini bosses, smashes, that type of thing. And then we want tar pit trap on the floor, tar pit trap, and then on this one we can do wooden floor spikes just to deal a bit of damage as they come through. As we go down here, we will do tar pit traps. Again, this bit's optional, you really don't need it. If you were going to place any traps in this area, or you could keep the block off as we had it before, it's up to you. But I'd just go for the traps that I put up here, to be honest. But yeah, for this area, we're going to do a sound trap on that wall to make sure exploders don't harm anything. And then we'll just do a full build for these ones. As they come up, we've already got the ceilings. At the back, we can do wall darts there. On the sides, we'll do broadsides. But again, it's pretty over the top at this point. We're going to put a sound trap here to deal with exploders. And then as they come through, we will do a launcher here. At this point, we will do broadsides to do huge damage. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. As I said, the heavy lifting was done by our Amplifier A build, really, because this entire lower area and this entire area up here, pretty much, apart from this stuff, was already covered. And then our east build does the rest of the trap tunnels up here as well for us. So, everything's already taken care of. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate it. I'd love the feedback, a like, subscribe, all that stuff if you wouldn't mind. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.